Welcome back to Wheels 4 Drive. Today we've got something truly exciting to dive into, a brand new electric SUV that's got everyone talking, the 2025 Lucid Gravity. Now, if you've been following Lucid Motors, you'll know that they've already set a high bar with their luxurious Air sedan. But the question is, can the Gravity do for SUVs what the Air has done for sedans? Well, let's break it all down together. We've got a lot to cover: performance, range, luxury, and so much more. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know if this EV powerhouse should be your next ride. So let's start by asking the first big question: what makes the Gravity different from its competition? We're talking about a market already dominated by heavyweights like the Audi Q8 e-tron, the Tesla Model X, the Cadillac Lyriq, and even the Jaguar I-Pace. What sets the Gravity apart? Well, for one, Lucid Motors has crafted this SUV with not just performance in mind, but also an emphasis on luxury and practicality. Imagine this: dual electric motors powering the all-wheel drive and providing an estimated range that could exceed 440 miles on a single charge. That's right, Lucid's claiming the Gravity can outlast the Rivian R1S and even the Tesla Model X in terms of range. But does that really make a difference for you? Now, let's dig into performance. Here's where things get really interesting. Are you someone who craves horsepower? If so, you're in for a treat, because Lucid is expected to offer the Gravity in a range of trims, each with its own level of power. For example, the Touring trim could offer around 620 horsepower, but if you're someone who needs more, like a lot more, how does 1050 horsepower in the Grand Touring model sound? And get this, Lucid is even teasing the possibility of a max performance Sapphire model that could pump out up to 1234 horsepower. I mean, we're talking about SUV territory here, not sports cars, yet these numbers are jaw-dropping. But what do you think? Is that level of power necessary for an electric SUV, or is it just for show? Let me know what you think in the comments. Alright, let's talk range, because that's one of the most important factors when we're discussing electric vehicles. The Gravity is expected to deliver a maximum range of over 440 miles per charge. That's impressive, right? But how does it compare to Lucid's own Air sedan, which boasts a range of up to 516 miles? Sure, the Gravity doesn't quite reach that mark, but does it really need to? For an SUV, 440 miles is still incredible, and it surpasses many of its direct competitors. Imagine taking a long road trip and not having to worry about frequent charging stops. Plus, thanks to Lucid's fast charging capabilities, you can add up to 200 miles of range in just 15 minutes with a DC fast charger. So the question is, does that give the Gravity an edge over other electric SUVs on the market? Would you prioritize range or charging speed? Comment down below. Next, let's shift gears and talk about the interior, because what's an SUV without comfort and style, right? Now, Lucid is no stranger to luxury, and the Gravity takes that reputation to the next level. You've got the option of 2 or 3 row seating. The 3-row version can fit up to 7 passengers, making it a family-friendly choice, while still maintaining the brand's luxurious vibe. Picture this: you've got captain's chairs in the 2nd row, or a bench seat, giving you some flexibility with seating arrangements. And here's something really cool: those seats fold flat. Yep, even the 3rd row folds completely flat, opening up a cavernous cargo space that's almost like a minivan, but with far more style and luxury. You've gotta wonder, does this make the Gravity the ultimate road trip vehicle? And don't even get me started on the technology inside. The Gravity will come equipped with a massive 34-inch curved display that floats above the dashboard. It's not just for show either. This display handles everything from the gauge cluster to the infotainment system. Imagine cruising down the road, everything you need within arm's reach, and it's all elegantly displayed in high definition. But here's something to think about: do we really need displays this big, or is it overkill? Do you prefer tactile buttons, or are you all in on touchscreen tech? I'm really curious to hear what you think, because opinions are all over the place when it comes to these modern interfaces. Now, what about cargo space? Because an SUV has to be practical too, right? The Gravity doesn't just offer a huge rear cargo area. It also has a front trunk, or frunk, where the engine would be in a traditional gas-powered SUV. Think about it: more room for groceries, luggage, or camping camping gear without sacrificing passenger comfort. In today's world, every bit of space matters, especially when we're talking about electric vehicles that are designed for both daily commutes and long family trips. So what would you put in that extra frunk space? Let's talk about it in the comments. Alright, we've covered performance, range, luxury, and tech, but let's not forget price. Lucid hasn't officially announced the pricing for all trims, but the base model is expected to start around $80,000. However, depending on the trim and options, the price could go as high as $250,000 for a fully loaded model. Is that reasonable for a luxury electric SUV with this kind of performance and range? Would you go for the base model or splurge on a higher trim? Pricing is always a tricky subject, especially when you're dealing with a range this wide. So what's your budget for an electric SUV, and where does the Gravity fit into that? Let's get the conversation going below. So what do you think? Is the 2025 Lucid Gravity on your radar? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's chat about it. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Wheels 4 Drive for more daily videos. We've got so much more content coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.